This program contains violent content which may be too intense for some. Viewer discretion is advised. True Crime with Marv.
Hello, everyone. Oh my goodness. What a week. It's been a crazy one. Thank God tomorrow's Friday. How is everyone doing tonight? I'm looking back behind me, making sure I don't have a lot of sunlight coming in. I know, my head has got a shadow on it. Can't help it. Either that or you're going to get a glare. I got to get a different shade for my window. I have to put that on my Amazon list. How's everyone doing? Ms. Deb, good evening. Welcome. Honeybee, glad you stopped for a minute to say hi. James Powers, welcome. TTM Fangirl, good to see ya. Hi, Melissa. Jill, nice to see you here. Mama T, love your name. How are you tonight? Wanda from Missouri. Digital. Good to see ya. Olivia too. Pamela, hello there. Hi, Phil. How are you? Nice to see you, Boston Christian. Andrea, mod in the chat. Woot woot. Let's see. Anybody I missed? DGR Dave, he slipped in. How are you? I think I got everybody. If I didn't, I'm so sorry. I tried. James, yep. All right. So we're going to continue our conversation from last week. So last week, we watched a bunch of videos and we're trying to make a list. And our list is truths or myths from Delphi. So I am going to get my trusty Word document up here. That's why I keep looking to the side. Because I want a page for truths. I want a section for myths. And I want a section for questions. So this is going to be a group discussion tonight based off of what do we actually know from the start till now about day one. So with that being said, what can we say about the truths on day one? Good evening, Snarky Sass Angel. Do you all agree that we can put as a truth that Kelsey dropped off the girls? If that is a truth, type in a 1. If it's not a truth, type in a 2. Let's see what we get here. So far, I'm seeing 1s from everybody who's answering. Wanda says 1. Snarky says 2. Ms. Deb says 1. Mama T says 1. James says 1. DGR Dave 1. D Berlin, welcome. 1. The question again was, are we safe to put in the truth column that Kelsey dropped off the girls? All right, see-through. What does your 3 mean? 1, 1. Not sure. Okay. So, maybe. Olivia 2 says maybe. Okay. For those of you who said 2, why do you think Kelsey was not the one that dropped them off? Oh my goodness, see-through. No proof she was driving. Gotcha. Hello, Colette. Tish says 1. Driving. Okay, for those of you who put 2, what are you thinking? Who are you thinking dropped them off? Why is there doubt that Kelsey? Okay. Yes, digital. I agree. Early presser said parent or family member. Family member could have been Kelsey. The park info at 11. Okay. I don't understand why they never asked Derek. Oh, I'm sure they talked to Derek. But anything that Derek has said up until last night has been very quiet, non-existent, right? Okay. So now, the time that they were dropped off, I say that has to go in the myths, because in the Ron Allen document, it says on February 13th, 2017 at approximately 1 p.m., juvenile victims referred to as LG and AW were taken to the Monon High Bridge Trail. So we have 1 p.m. We also have now this 11 p.m. or 11 a.m. Supposedly, Derek said that they left at 11. Then you have Becky stating between 1:35, 1:30, let's say 1:30 and 1:40. Because it was like 1:35, then it was 1:38. Okay. And then you have the PCA for Alan stating that they saw the car drive away at 1:49. Now, my thought on that is they could have actually gotten there between 1:35, 1:38. They talked to the girls for she talked to the girls for a couple minutes. She took that phone call. She was on the phone call, so she was there about 10 minutes and then drove off, and that's why they saw her on the camera. Or she could have dropped him off anywhere between 1:30 and 1:45, 1:46. So, the time dropped off is not consistent. 11 a.m. 1 p.m. 1:30 to 1, we're going to say 45. Saw car drive off at 1:49. Okay. Yes. Okay, I saw that one. Nobody dropped them off because charges would have been filed for endangerment if they had. Dropping two teenagers off makes no common sense. They were deceased, in my opinion, on Saturday. Interesting. I can honestly tell you that dropping two teenagers off by a popular trail in the town is not endangerment. The police aren't going to see it that way. The courts are not going to see it that way because 9 out of 10 times, nothing happens. And those kids just go have fun and take pictures, talk, and then get picked up, and they're good to go. There was a big party at RL, which explains his trip to the dump on Monday. Okay, we're going to get there. But I am going to, why did RL go to the dump on Monday? Was there a party? Okay. But then witness 4 would have seen the car there. Depends. Exactly what time was witness 4 there? Does it tell us? Sure wish we had a definite time of drop-off. Yeah, I agree. We don't even know what she was supposedly driving, do we? Yeah. Good question. What car was... Oh, it would help if I could see driving. Witness 4 arrives at 1:47 to empty lot and was ahead of both girls on the trail. They had to be dropped later than 1:47. Alrighty. Hang on one second. I got to make sure that that is downloading. I'm looking. I'm looking to see. Looking to see what this PCA says. Okay, so here's something really key. Really key. In the PCA for Richard Allen. Where did I just see it? I just saw it. I lost it because I looked up. Oh, through interviews. Relevant reviews of electronic records and reviews of video at the Hoosier Harvest Store. Investigators, now listen, investigators believe victim 1 and victim 2 were dropped off across from the Mears farm at 1:49 p.m. on February 13th by redacted. They believe. So it doesn't say for certain, and it doesn't say anything about the Mears farm is located on the north side of Country Road 300 North, near an entrance to the trails. A video from victim 2's phone shows, so it doesn't even say that the car was caught on video. It says that investigators believe, based off of so through interviews, review of electronic records, and review of video at the Hoosier Harvest Store, investigators believe victim 1 and victim 2 were dropped off across from the Mears farm at 1:49. Yeah, no, it does not say Kelsey dropped off. Near. I'm going to get this to come up better so that we can look at this together. Digital. Yeah. If the investigators look at, I don't believe what he believes. And Carter said they shouldn't talk about what they believe. Yeah. So one thing that I've been learning, I've been watching a bunch of people, and wording is key. It really is. Where's my page 2? Well, that's dumb. It only gave me page 1. Because page 2 is what I want. Blow it up. Okay, we're reading right here. Through interviews, reviews of electronic records, and review of video at the Hoosier Harvest Store, Investigators, and here comes that word, believe victim 1 and victim 2 were dropped off across from the Mears farm at 1:49 p.m. on February 13, 2017. So it's not even definite. It's they believe. I believe. All right. Let's see. Watch Anna's interview where she talks about Abby out there all night in the cold with not enough clothes on, etc. Look at her facial expression. She knows quite a lot. Witness 4 may not have seen the car if she was at the bridge. Now, where all right. Blow this one up so that we can see it. Let's see. And another one taken at 1:26 p.m. at the bench east of Freedom Bridge. Blank advised she took the photo of the bench. They started walking back toward Freedom Bridge. She advised that that was when they encountered the man who matched the description of the photograph taken from victim 2's video. Described the man she encountered on the trail as wearing a blue or black windbreaker jacket. She advised the jacket had a collar and he had his hood up from the clothing underneath his jacket. He was wearing baggy jeans and was taller than her. She advised her head came up to approximately his shoulders. She said hi to the man and that he said nothing back. She stated he was walking with a purpose, like he knew where he was going. He had his hands in his pockets and kept his head down. She advised she did not get a good look at his face, but believed him to be a white male. The girls advised after encountering the male, they continued their walk across the Freedom Bridge and the old railroad bridge over Old State 25. Investigators spoke with Blank, who advised she was on the trails on February 13th, 2017. Video from the Hoosier Harvest Store captured Blank vehicle traveling eastbound at 1:46 p.m. toward the entrance across from the Mears farm. Advised she saw 4 juvenile females walking on the bridge over Old State Road 25 as she was driving underneath on her way to the park. Advised there was no other cars parked across from the Mears farm when she parked. She advised she walked to the Monon High Bridge and observed a male matching the one from victim 2's video. She described the male she saw as a white male wearing blue jeans and a blue jean jacket. She advised he was standing on the first platform of the Monon High Bridge, approximately 50 feet from her. She advised she turned around at the bridge and continued her walk. She advised approximately halfway between the bridge and the parking area across from the Mears farm, she passed 2 girls walking toward Monon High Bridge. She advised she believed the girls were Abby and Libby. Video from the Hoosier Harvest Store shows at 1:49 p.m. a white car matching vehicle traveling away from the entrance across from the Mears farm. Advised she finished her walk and saw no other adults other than the male on the bridge. Her vehicle is seen on the Hoosier Harvestor video at 2:14 p.m. leaving westbound from the trails. All right. Does anybody know what vehicles Kelsey had at the time or what vehicle Derek drove at the time? This case, so not easy. It's a big mess. You got that right. The case is so corrupt and timeline is totally off. BG video is a montage. Abby's snapshot is photoshopped and has numerous images embedded within it. Well, I'm not sure about that, but I'll look into it. In my opinion, the 149 time frame is correct now. In the Ron Logan PCA, they didn't know about RA. Yes, I would have to agree with you. She talked to her boyfriend shortly after she dropped the girls off. Like, she arrives, she tells them, make sure you take a sweatshirt, have fun, I love you, and out they go, and then she picks up the phone. I thought it said Kelsey leaving on cam. We don't know who it says because it's redacted. Well, we assume it's Kelsey's car. Correct. We are assuming. If the investigator is... Oh, yeah, I read that one. What was the deal with the old CPS building? Well, the deal with the old CPS building is they believe one or more of the perpetrators parked there. Richard Allen admits to parking there, but he calls it a different building. Yes, Mama T. Kelsey has always said that she was the one that dropped them off. I agree. In the 6 years since the murders, has anyone said there was a witness to Kelsey dropping the girls off? No, but once we get to the court case, we're going to know for sure because they'll have to take the redactions out. Did I read far enough see-through to get to your question? She said it was not odd for vehicles to be parked there, but she noticed it was odd because of the manner it was parked, backed in near the building. And then investigators received a tip from Redacted in which he stated he was on his way to Delphi on State Road 25 around 2:10 p.m. on February 13th. He observed a purple PT Cruiser or a small SUV type vehicle parked. This is the Muddy Bloody woman. Okay, so it does say through interviews, electronic data, photographs, and video from the Hoosier Harvestor investigators determined that there were other people on the trail that day after 2:13 p.m. Those people were interviewed, and none of those individuals encountered the male subject referenced above, witnessed by blank, blank, blank. Further, none of those individuals witnessed Abby and Libby. I'm not seeing anything, but I'm skimming through this. But we will go through this document in more detail. Yep. We're going to go through these documents in fine detail and really go through the wording. Let's see. Ari says he was either wearing black or blue. Yeah. Hi, Kelt. How are you? I'm working on your little project you gave me. And I will be getting a lot of information on that when I go to Delphi at the end of the month. So, more to come. That's what we're assuming by the way it's redacted. Do other first-hand reporters say that the Mears parking lot was either full or plenty of cars who parked there? Okay. I am going to put this... Oh, hang on. Where is the Harvest store in reference to the drop off across from the Mears lot? Okay. These are the kinds of questions that I need. And this is why. When I go to Tipton and Delphi at the end of the month, if there's any video or pictures that you guys want to see, let me know and I will get that. So, this is one of them. I will get a video or picture or whatever of the Mears place and where the Harvest store is compared to that. It could have been quick, but not necessarily, because she did get that phone call from her boyfriend. So, let's see here. Hey, Grizz, how are you doing? RA being arrested doesn't change facts from FBI. The legal document says they were dropped off at 1. Well, which legal document, Digital? Because there's a couple of them. The PCA is technically a legal document. The Ron Logan search warrant is technically a legal document. Could the camera timing be wrong? I would hope that as investigators, they looked into that big time. And I agree. They could have been totally wrong on the 1 o'clock Ron Logan search warrant. Good point. Depends on if you change your time. I don't see Kelsey as having any reason to lie either. She has always insisted that she is the one that dropped them off. Someone mentioned in Sleuths yesterday he had a YouTube channel. Who had a YouTube channel? If there's a camera at the Mears lot working at the time, it should show who came and went and the time. Isn't her car seen driving the Hoosier Harvest store after the drop-off? We're assuming that's who they're talking about in the Ron Allen PCA. But what if we're wrong? I don't think we are. Luckily, I react quick enough, turned right before the spinning. Oh my goodness. Kelt, I'm glad you're okay. I've been thought to be someone called... Oh, okay. I thought you would like that news. According to Becky, Libby called DG to arrange pickup. LE would have that digital evidence. Correct. And all of that is going to come out at the trial. You're going to have phone records that come out at the trial. Right now, we're banging our heads against the wall or the desk or whatever you bang your head against, trying to put all this together. And eventually, one day, hopefully sometime in the next 3 years, we'll get to hear all that evidence. Yes, it does. The timeline is extremely important. Extremely important. Because it ties RA into to being on that bridge at the same time that the girls were on the bridge. Can you take a picture of the Mears camera? I will if it's up. Take picture of Mears camera. Okay, I put that on the list. Yeah. It says that they believe the girls were dropped off in the car. They were dropped off at 1:49. Proof that a call was made doesn't prove what was said, and Kelsey has said several times that Libby called her dad. She said it was before they left the house, then on the way, so who knows? Yeah, when it comes to that, and that's going in the myths, digital, because I've heard Libby called dad for a ride before they left the house on the way to Monon High Bridge, and then after they got there. So which is it? I don't believe Libby had a sweatshirt. Anna said on video only Abby had one. Yes, but Kelsey insists that she made both girls take a sweatshirt because they were Kelsey's sweatshirt. That Abby was wearing Kelsey's sweatshirt. So, did Libby, was she being a little stinker? And when Kelsey was looking, took the sweatshirt and then threw it back in the car when Kelsey wasn't looking? And is that why we never hear about a sweatshirt for Libby? So that's another under the myths. Where, if only I could type, where is the sweatshirt Libby, or where's the sweatshirt Kelsey made Libby take? Proof of a call would digitally show where DG was at the time of the call. It should, well, it should hook up. They should be able to look at what tower he was connected to when he got that call. They should. I've learned to use a pillow for headbanging. That is what this case has taught me. Good lesson. Use a pillow so you don't get a big knot on your forehead. Don't be like me. Okay. I have glasses. I am legally blind without them. And I remember that when my husband and I moved into our first house, somebody closed the bathroom door. And of course, I knew the route to get to the bathroom without my glasses on. But I did not see that door was closed in the dark and went forehead first right into that door trying to get into the bathroom. Don't be like me. Be like digital. Use a pillow. Okay, the Ron Logan PCA says around 1. Yes, it does. This is why, in my opinion, Libby's phone and the timestamps are important. Exactly. Ask the mirrors how long ago was the camera installed. I will try. Doesn't mean I'm going to get to talk to them personally. They usually shy away and stay out of sight when we're there. Okay. I bet they have a new one in the last 7 years. Could have moved the location and angle. True. If Ellie has Libby's phone, taking the first image of the entire bridge at 2 p.m. I don't know. See, this is where the information off of the Snapchat server is going to be important. Okay? Because unless somebody opened up that picture, and Snapchat can definitely tell us that the time that is shown on that picture is the time that the picture was taken and not the time that the person opened it, that would be significant. But all of those pictures should be in the Snapchat server with timestamps. Abby is small, Kelsey is a lot bigger. I agree. But when you're a big sister, you make your little sister wear bigger clothes if it means it's going to keep her warm. And you don't think about fashion for your little sister at the time. I can talk about that from experience. Yes, Libby had a tie-dyed shirt on. No mention of sweatshirt in scanner info while describing them. That is true. That is why I'm wondering if Libby was being a little sneaky and threw that sweatshirt back in the car. Abby's sweatshirt was hers. It was seen on one of her fishing trips. Well, there's an inconsistency right there, because Kelsey said she gave them both sweatshirts out of the car so that they would be warm. If Libby had a sweatshirt, could it have been taken as a trophy, or she didn't have it on at all? Good point, Justice Angel. Great point. Could be. We know socks and underwear were taken. Let's see here. And JC, I looked at that. I think that one had longer laces on hood. Just my opinion, though. It does look very similar. True. I have this weird theory that a sweatshirt was found away from the supposed crime area, and that's why so much is made of who had whose sweatshirt. Could very well be. If you listened to the other YouTubers last night, I don't know where they got in this new script from this meeting, but there is a section in there where it talks about two definite paths that were flagged. One heading up by Ron Logan's, one heading back to the main trail. So could something have been found in that area? We don't know. But if it's true, Libby's shirt was in the water, the logistics of a sweatshirt over t-shirt doesn't make sense. Unless it was discarded somewhere else. Joseph, thank you so much. I am feeling well. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Most phones timestamp images regardless of when you upload. Yes, but Snapchat is different. The photo that you're taking on the Snapchat app has nothing to do with your phone. I've done it. I've taken a picture of myself with a nice filter that made me look good, and I'm like, ooh, I need to go save that real quick so that I have that on my phone so I can use it in other places. Because otherwise you lose it after a while. It's gone. Agree, Marv, about Snapchat info data. Yeah. Was the drop-off point just convenient for Kelsey because there were different drop-off points? Okay, so here's the deal with the drop-off points. You've got the main parking lot where you walk out of the parking lot and down a small section. If you go to the right, you go towards town. If you go to the left, you're going over Freedom Bridge. Okay. Then you walk a little ways, and then you get to the Big Buffalo in the circle area. And then you get to the main part where the trail starts for the Mona and High Bridge. And then you got to walk a bit before you get to that T where the girls were dropped off by the mirrors. So if the girls knew that they didn't have a lot of time and they wanted to maximize their time, the place to be dropped off would have been the Mears parking lot. Yes, see-through. I caught that too. But I don't know that that is correct. I'm not sure about that. Marv, why do you look blurry? Probably because I keep moving around and my camera keeps zooming in and out. I'm sorry. So many girls wear bigger sweatshirts, hoodies. I don't know why. It's a comfortable feeling. It's a way to hide yourself if you're bigger. And for those of us that are tiny and skinny, it's just to stay warm. Did she tie it around her waist? I asked myself that too. She could have. She could have. Thank you so much, Queen of Ocean, for the super sticker. I appreciate it so much, you guys. The phone uses its camera. It does, Dave. But when you're on the Snapchat app, the picture only goes on Snapchat. It does not go on your phone. I looked at my daughter's Snapchat a few days ago. It said something about saving it. Never saw a message like that before. Yeah. Hi, Aunt Clara. How are you? From what I understand, Derek pulled into the Mears lot to park. So he pulled in the same place the girls were dropped off. That's a good question. I've often wondered that. What kind of pictures do they have from that camera? Hi, Mark. How are you? Hello, True Crime Housewife. This live is so pixelated due to your background, Marv. It's bad on my eye, and even with quality all the way up. Okay, let me... Virtual background. All right, tell me if this is better and if the sun is not shining in and glaring at you guys. That's the only reason I had the background on. Yeah, so you can either save it to your phone after you've taken it, or you can do what you said and screenshot it and edit it. Yes, that's better. No better. I don't know what to tell you. All right. Let's move on. How many people believe that Abby and Libby walked across the bridge? If you believed they walked across the bridge, put a 1 in the chat. So, is the fact that Abby and Libby were on the bridge a truth? That means a number 1 in the chat. If you don't believe they crossed the bridge, then that would be a number 2. Let's see. If they can know where Derek was when Libby called him, then Libby's phone pinging around town must be true as well. You would think so. All right. So I've got 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Mid-70s is great. 1, 1, 1. So Joni says 2. 1, 1. So most of you believe that Abby and Libby were on the bridge. Undecided 3. Okay. That's a good one. That's all right, Justice Angel. That's all right. So let's see. We got some more 1s. All right. So most of us believe that Abby and Libby did cross the bridge. So my question is, where did the 2:07 time come from as to when Libby took the picture of Abby? Do we have a definite answer as to how we know that that was taken or opened at 2:07 p.m.? Oh, Anna, I'm so sorry. Go get some rest, my dear. You can always watch a replay later, but go rest and get rid of your migraine. No, it does not. And that's why I'm asking, has anybody heard anything definite of where that 2:07 comes from? The cloud. Yeah, none of this has been proven or disproven. You are correct. So I guess that is going to have to be in our questions. Who or where did the 2:07 p.m. come from? The picture of Abby. Now, it makes sense that it would be about 2:07 compared to where she was on the bridge, because we know that at 2:13 comes down the hill. I do remember it being proven it was uploaded at 2:07, but I don't remember where. I'm looking. Does the PCA say anything about the 2:07? No, it just says a video from victim 2's phone shows that at 2:13 p.m., victim 1 and victim 2 encountered a male subject on the southeast portion of the Monon High Bridge. So this RE PCA does not state anything about that picture. If that bridge pick was at 2:05, look at how much ground they covered in 2 minutes. They had more than 2 minutes. They had from 2:05 to 2:13. So they would have had 8 minutes to get from where Abby was to where Libby was, and then Abby was coming behind her to the end of the bridge on the south side. One of the family members early on made reference to the phone was pinging all over town. Yes, that was Mike Patty. How do we know that the empty bridge pic was taken at 2:05? Where does it say that? Uploaded, and the time taken would be 2 different times, because what if it was taken at a different time than it was uploaded? Yes, I agree with you there. I agree. So I'm not convinced that the time that they gave us is the time that those pictures were taken. Steve and Mrs. Steve already did the pinging in Delphi, and that's not correct. I would have crawled across the bridge, so it would have taken me longer. I did crawl across a section of it. The first section that was missing a bunch of planks, I crawled over it. Then I stood back up, and then Mark Tate was next to me and helped me walk the rest of the way. A Snapchat was used in the murder of Mike Rainford UK case, and because one of the defendant's friends replied to the message, sender of the picture, and the caption was saved in that person's phone. Interesting. Wow. The time taken would make it accurate. Yes. Does anybody know if anybody replied to it? Hi, Hybrid. How you doing? All right, everybody. I need to run to the ladies' room. Chat in the chat. Talk about if you believe that the times on the pictures are correct. Do you think there's more video at the end of the bridge than the 43 seconds? That's what's in the Ron Logan search warrant. I'll be right back. All right. Thank you for keeping yourself busy while I did that. Haha, crawling across the bridge. Me too, but I would be crying as well. I can't do heights at all. Okay, so Chimera Lover says, I believe there's more video. Roxy says there's more video that they're not showing. Mark says, I don't think there was video. I believe there was audio. More video. I don't think they intended to walk all the way across. I think platform 3, when they headed back that way they came, before they got off, BG walks on, forcing them to do a U-turn as not to pass him. I've thought of that see-through. And the reason I thought about that is, I don't know where the picture is, but I'm going to find it. The original picture of BG on the bridge shows a line that looks like it's one of the girl's arms, which means that would make perfect sense. That is how he trapped them on the other side. Libby takes the picture of Abby. He comes out of wherever, starts crossing the bridge. We all know he can walk pretty darn quick. We know Abby can walk it, or Libby can walk it pretty quick, but Abby was slower. And Libby had a little bit of distance on Abby because she took the pick. We could see the gap. But what if BG caught up to Abby and forced them to continue going across the bridge because they didn't want, nobody wants to cross anybody on that bridge, even if you're smack dab in the middle. You do not want to have to move over and cross somebody going the other way. So they go to the south side of the bridge, and that's where he's got them trapped. He's cut off their escape, going back across the bridge. He takes the gun out, or a knife, or grabs Abby right away and orders them down the hill. K-West, we can breathe again today here in Ontario. Send smoke south to the U.S. Yes, you did. Are you guys dealing with smoke over there? I can tell you that earlier in the week, Monday and Tuesday, we had a lot of smoke smog here in Wisconsin. But I think New York is getting hit with it the worst, from what I'm hearing and seeing. I believe the video was planted to throw LE off. It's not the first time I've heard that. Not the first time at all. Cutting down the distance between them and explains why Abby was still on the bridge when BG was. Exactly. More we haven't seen, absolutely. More than 43 seconds? Not sure. I believe there's more video, but it's more likely just sound. Yeah, could be. It's just a thought, but I think it's possible. That sounds plausible. I have to think about that when I'm not half asleep. I agree with you. Hi, Marv. Be honest with you. I'm kind of 3 instead of a 1 or 2 on the answer. 2 about the girls being on the bridge. And that's okay, you guys. I do not expect unanimous votes on this at all. We all see things differently, and it's good to disagree, because disagreement means challenging our brains to think about it. Don't just go with the status quo. You know, disagreement brings on great discussions. Nothing in the UK, unfortunately, but that still sucks for everyone concerned. Yeah, I hope those fires go away for everyone involved. If there's more video, the police should show what is on it. In this case, should have been settled by now. Praying for justice for Libby and Abby, family for them. It needs to be solved. I agree, Diane. Haven't people figured out the platform behind BG is near the end of the far side? Yes. I have figured that out. True crime with Marv, Defo, and Abby has changed sides. U-turn. Could be. My name is Martha, and I'm in Charlotte, near North Carolina. I've been following this case for over 6 years. I think there will be a lot of things with this case that will be revealed that we may be shocked about. I agree with you. I think the shock factor is going to hit everybody when the evidence is being told. Mark, the reason I think there's some video is because I'm in the Down the Hill documentary. Ellie says they could see feelings of girls. I caught that. I did catch that. I wish I could get that 10-part audio series on here. But if I do, I'll get copy strike for sure. I think I can honestly say I am now convinced there is a group of people involved in this. Not necessarily the actual finishing act, the girls being unalived. But there is a group involved in before, during, and after. And that's all the tentacles that Doug Carter keeps talking about. Okay? And I certainly do believe that Richard Allen is the weakest link in that group. And that's why they arrested him first. I do not believe that Richard Allen solely unalived the girls. Kidnapped them and made them go down the hill? You betcha. Yes, and the girls, and Libby was in trouble for being on that side before. Yes. That's cool, Marv. You're acting like an adult. I love it. Big props to you. Well, thank you. Mom, because whole case was misdirected and investigation botched since before timeline even started. Exactly. A family member once said there was more video than we have seen. That family has not seen it all. Plus, the same person said there was audio all the way to when the trail ended at Creek. I do remember hearing that. I do. Yes, Marv, if we all agreed, there would be no discussion. Generation of ideas. I listen to everything, everyone. You have to. Was Ari a hunter? I believe the killer was a deer hunter, e.g. the wounds. I don't know if Ari was a hunter or not. Ari is a hard person to get information on. He really is. It's hard finding information on him at all. And he could have been. We know he was an outdoor enthusiast. Past the video part where one girl says to the other something like, "What do we do now?" Yeah. People won't be prepared for the truth because it won't fit the narrative. I think people actually are prepared for the truth. We've heard that it's ugly. It's bad. Okay. So we know that the girls died horrifically. Okay. No doubt about it. You know, there's question as to did everything happen in that area and were they just moved and staged? Or did it happen in another area and then they were just brought and dumped where they were found? Still can't answer that one to this day. That's a good point, Digital. Trust me, this case frustrates me so much. It seems like every time stuff seems like it's coming together, boom, another twist. Exactly. Exactly. I agree. I absolutely agree. Yes, Marv, I'm afraid that is the case. Yeah. I wasn't aware of the global map illustrating potential hotspots. I'll have to look at that. Brush and brush fires are extremely rare. Oh, okay. I like to believe Libby was being a detective and found out about the pedo ring. Anything is possible, you guys. I'm not counting out the pedo ring. I'm not counting out drugs. I'm not counting out any of it. Anna says, in my opinion, either a freak, lone wolf pervert, the girls, or the girls caught onto the criminality of threatened to expose the whole mess. Yeah. Or it could have been they stumbled into a drug mess that they couldn't get out of. They need RA to flip, and he may not. He may not want to risk being in prison as the Delphi rat. I tell you what, there's a lot of people around Delphi that know what happened, or parts of what happened. And they are terrified to speak. Now, if law enforcement could promise them that they would round up every individual involved and arrest them all at one time, then I believe more people would speak out. But because that can't happen, these individuals stay quiet for fear of their lives. If these individuals will kill 2 young girls, they will not hesitate to turn around and kill somebody else. I seriously do not think RA is the fall guy. I think they arrested the weakest link in the hopes that he would crack and start talking. Let's see here. He's extremely invested in the protection of the missus. I'm guessing if she's been threatened, getting any substantial information may prove difficult. Yeah. It could even be to the point where when truth comes out, people will think it's still not being released or covered up. Anna says, I think the RL affidavit negates the idea the victims were killed somewhere else and brought back. Too many people around for them to be returned alive, in my opinion. Killed at crime scene. It's 50-50 right now. I think RA dabbled in something while his wife was taking care of mother, online flirting or nudies, and was lured there for a purpose. He's no angel, but I don't think he participated to that degree. And like I said on another chat the other night, now this is just rumor, allegedly, RA is buddies with the Kokomo crew and the Paladinos, and he did a little running for them for their drug business. That's what I've been told. Like I said, it's allegedly. Can't confirm it, but that's what I'm told. And it actually very well could be both. If you think about it, a lot of these guys in these CSAM rings are also part of the drug world. RA could expose everything and they could drop his charges to drunk and disorderly. Maybe he'd get the witness protection program somewhere like, yeah. If these guys are looking at prison time regardless, they don't want to be known as both a child killer and a rat. Yes. Yes, I agree. Both are bad, but when you got both of them together, that's pretty much sealing your fate. There's that persistent rumor that Libby was just about to go to the police with some kind of information. No good source on that, but the rumor hangs on. I agree. We've been told that she wanted to tell her mother something in person. What was that information? $68 people in the chat. Hit the thumbs up. So if you're watching now or watching on the rewind play, hit the thumbs up. Leave me a comment. I'd love to read all your comments down below the video. I know some of you digital. Go back and watch and comment timestamps and stuff for me to look at, and I do. This is the one that bugs me the most, digital. Ron Logan affidavit says no signs of struggle. And yes, that transcript says that both girls were beaten and bruised, and I can't think about that right now. There's people that have said they saw Libby's nails. Her nails were torn apart, meaning she fought. So I don't believe this part for a minute in the Ron Logan affidavit. I absolutely do not believe it. Trish says, hey everyone, please consider giving Marv a thumb up. It really helps support her channel. Yes, it does. Thank you so much. Libby fought. Can't convince me otherwise. Yeah, exactly. I know that they could have, but everything in me tells me that she fought for not only herself, but for Abby. Have a good night, Mark. Thanks so much. Oh, you're welcome, Olivia. I think no signs of struggle was referring to the land ground. I think the fight happened elsewhere. Yeah. You're welcome, Wanda. Thanks, Mark. Well, everybody, we're going to be doing this at least once a week. Next week, I actually have to take off of YouTube. I have a lot of things going on here at home, and I'm working on a couple special projects for the channel. So the free time that I do have, it's going to be working on those projects. So I will be back the following week, and we're going to hit the ground running again. But thank you so much, everybody who sent super stickers and super chats and who clicked the like button and who watched tonight. I appreciate it. You guys are my family. I love you. And thank you so much for your support. All right. Have a good night. You're welcome. Welcome. See you later, everyone. Have a good night.